Hi, this is Nick from Phoenix, Arizona.
Nick from Phoenix, Arizona. What's on your mind?
Hey, guys. First time, long time. I know you guys were talking about Kirsten Sinema earlier, and I just wanted to comment really quickly just how blitzed we're getting, like in Arizona right now with pro-Sinema materials. Like they're doing like 30-second ads to thank Kirsten Sinema for like leading the charge on the infrastructure bill.
That's Koch money.
And
the Koch brothers are doing that, or the Koch brother.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly. It just feels like really astroturfed, right? I mean, just this morning, I got this huge mailer from her, or the Koch brothers or whoever, and the first line on it just says creating jobs, upgrading roads and bridges, and water systems, and just like the usual, just the usual stuff that you'd expect from her. But what I thought was interesting in the mailer is when you open it up, it's the messaging that she's really going for is she says, infrastructure represents more than pipes and pavement. It represents opportunities for Arizona families and all this stuff. And so it's like, of course it's like stuff that she doesn't really believe in, but she seems like she's trying to kind of tack left with that stuff, even though we know obviously she doesn't care about that stuff, right? So I don't know if this is useful at all, but
it is. No.
It's good to know.
It's fascinating because she needs to muddy the waters because like these votes, and appreciate the phone call. And Nomi, Arizona a bit. I mean, these votes are just indefensible, and the Democratic Party is in Arizona is about to have a vote of no confidence, but Arizonans are being blitzed with this thing that sounds like she's like voting for exactly what is in the bill.
But I thought Meghan McCain said that Biden was being supported for other reasons, so maybe they shouldn't have to lie.
Yeah, Meghan McCain probably hasn't been back there in a while, but she's still in touch with her conservative friends. And I mean, this is what's so effed up about our system right now is that like she's going to obscure what she's actually doing. And
this is classic. This isn't like anything new. I mean, it's always one thing in Washington, you go home. I mean, it's like the Republicans who ran against Obamacare and then supported it at home.
But isn't this where Joe Biden needs to get on a plane, or Kamala Harris needs to get on a plane and suck up the oxygen in Arizona for a day or two?
Do local TV like they did with
local TV
with the
and go there. We encourage Kirsten Sinema to sign to vote for this bill, right?
That's the problem here, right? It's not that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris aren't smart enough to do that or don't, that they're afraid of Sinema and Manchin. I really don't think so. I just think that they're really struggling with which side they want to be on in this fight. And ultimately, I think progressives need to stop just targeting Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin and start targeting Kamala Harris and Joe Biden to flex their muscles the way that Donald Trump does. We've been saying this, for a year at this point. But, Donald Trump, when he wants to pressure a Republican to do something, he gets on a plane, he goes there and he does a rally. And that's what we got to do. I mean, that's what like the Democrats who, Nancy Pelosi, get your Northern California, followers to call. I mean, they'd be happy to make phone calls on her behalf to call Arizonans. And I mean, they could do a robocall. I mean, there's so many things the Democratic Party could do to apply pressure. They could do it in a second. It would cost no money.
Well, Joe Biden invited them to the White House today, and so that's got to hurt. And
I love reading these anecdotes that maybe Politico or Punch will put out where they talk about what Biden served to them. He gave them all chocolate chip cookies I saw the other day. Oh, well,
pretty good chocolate chip cookies at the White House. But
yeah, that's going to do it.
I guess we're gonna see. I mean, it really, what is your sense of what's going to happen on Thursday?
I have no idea.
All right.
I feel like seriously, I wish I had more. I just feel like we're in this land of like, the typical rules don't apply. Like if this were Johnson, it just wouldn't, business wouldn't run this way. I just feel it's not that our politicians are afraid. They're just conditioned. And they're not conditioned for this crisis. I don't know. I mean, what's your take, guys?
I think that's true. I think that we're just looking at incompetence on some level. They're just not up to the task. And, if Nancy Pelosi was determined to have this vote, Thursday, I don't think that this is the way that she would have gone about it. I mean, I think she is just like literally, and I think Schumer's in the same boat, and I think Joe Biden's in the same boat. They're in a room. Someone turned off all the lights, and there's no light coming through it, and they're just literally bouncing around. And I would not be surprised if 12 hours from now the plan changes. The only thing I think that Pelosi can do at this point, I think the progressives need to vote this bill down. She needs to put it on the floor. It gets voted down. She has the ability to bring it back up later, right? And just turn to Gottheimer and the crew and say, I promised you a vote. There's the vote. Sorry, guys. And what are you going to do? You're going to vote?
She's not going to bring it up for a vote that's going to fail.
I mean, I think she'll walk over to them and say, this is going to fail. I mean, you're going to be done. You're going to be toast. And but really, this is going to come down to Jayapal needs to hold tight. She needs to be able to maintain at least 15 to 20, I think, Democrats who are committed to voting against. And that has to happen.
And everything she said so far, everything she said so far, I appreciate. It's just that once it comes down to it on Thursday, it's going to be a lot tougher.
Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. If they don't deliver at least 20 votes to crash this bill, it is over.
Over.
Right. They're done. They are done as a political entity. Gottheimer sort of receded a little bit, and maybe they get that vote, and so he can at least claim that they held the vote or something like that. But if at this point this bill passes without a reconciliation, and now maybe they come in and go, we have a framework and this and that, but we played that clip of Jayapal on Rachel Maddow, and she said specifically, this isn't a pinky promise thing. We need to have an actual bill.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.